idea. There we go.
Uh, okay.
Well, David,
So-
I could feel the energy, but we couldn't hear it.
Right.
You couldn't hear it?
Yeah. Maybe the sound only works when Bill Bynum is here.
No, I mean, we had been. You
Yeah.
fixed it before.
Yeah.
You know what? It was off, and I had started it, but it didn't take. Oh, I lost Adam.
Yeah.
There it is.
Whoops. We have sound, but no Adam. That is not a good trade-off.
No, that wasn't quite what I had in mind.
You can only hold so much here.
Uh, let me see if he. Nope, he's not. He has some other problem.
Yeah.
We'll give him a moment. How are you doing, Joanne?
Not too bad. It's been a busy week, but I'm okay. Health is okay. My
Good.
son is okay. Whatever. Yeah, got a lot of work to do, but I've been productive lately. So boom, boom, boom.
Great. Great. Well,
I practiced this week too. So
Oh
with all
boy,
the
all
work that
right.
you've been practiced.
Wow. There he is.
I have to always say that.
Ta-da. There you are. Can you hear us, Adam?
He's connecting. Yeah.
I am. Sorry, I'm back.
There he is.
Oh, good.
They're doing some work on the street with the internet, and that we got a text saying it might go in and out. So
Ah,
I'll dial in from my phone and see how that goes.
okay. All right. Well, so questions. How's the practice going when you have a chance to do it?
I mean, because I think I've done reverse breathing before, it's coming well, and I'm able to put it together with some of the other gods, yeah, work that we've done. So I feel
And do you feel that you're getting that um, movement of the diaphragm and the abdomen coming together and pushing the organs back to the spine?
I do, yeah, I'm
Good.
aware of that. Yeah.
Good. Adam,
Yeah, I feel the same, David. I feel like I'm able to do it.
good. Bill?
Yes. Admittedly, this is the first time I've, had this experience. So it's I wouldn't say it's forced at all, but it's mechanical, certainly at this point,
Yeah.
nowhere close to second nature that longevity breathing is. Yeah. So.
Well, Good.
But I can feel I can feel the mass moving back onto the spine. So
Oh, good. Good. Okay. Well, we'll work a little more with this today. Um, so, when you're trying to produce power to a certain degree, you do want your breath to be very powerful. But when you're doing it for meditation or you're doing it to heal, you want your breath to be as soft and quiet as possible. So the next thing is that as you're doing this, obviously your stomach can be compressed, and that can make you feel as though there's some resistance. We covered this before, but it bears repeating. How do you soften your breath?
Mm-hmm.
So, let's do a little practice. So stand, if you can. And you're going to just begin with regular breathing for a moment. And as you're breathing, I want you just to focus on the quality of the breath coming in and out of your nose. Remember, your tongue is on the roof of the mouth or the back of the upper teeth. Now, how can you make the feeling of your breath become soft? And as your breath becomes softer, your internal organs will become softer. Just with the quality of the breath. And this is something that most of us have never focused on. And as you make your breath softer, the next trick is that you want to link your breath to your nervous system. As you inhale and exhale, you don't have to think about breathing in the good air and exhaling the bad air. The fact of the matter is that when you inhale and exhale, that is what happens. But now as you're breathing in and out, how do you make your breath just become soft? Very, very soft. And what does the breath itself feel like? Can you link it to your nerves? All right, so pause and relax for a little bit. So did you feel you could make your breath softer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
And as you said, particularly maybe the second or third time about linking it to your nerves, just looking out the window and there's a tree out there with an enormous amount of offshoots on it. So it actually looks like a drawing of our nervous system. It's great. It just kind of came right at me.
So what's that feeling like, being aware of your nerves?
I mean, it kind of went into almost a tingle,
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
mild tingle.
Yep. That's my reaction too. Yeah. It
Good.
was interesting that if I look back 2 years, I could have never done that, but by intention, it happens now. So
Good. Yeah. Adam?
Uh, yeah, it feels like almost like a buoyancy that you can feel connecting from kind of the crown of your head down to the muscles that are relaxing with the breath.
Uh-huh. Okay. So I'm going to go into a subject that I hope isn't going to blow your mind. But it really is how this works. Eventually, this whole thing about breath will convert to where you're not going to care about the oxygen at all. You're going to get to that point where you're getting all the oxygen you could ever need. And then you actually get to the point where you're inhaling and exhaling chi. So as you bring everything together, you compact chi into your internal organs, and as you release and go out, you clear out all the stagnant chi from your internal organs. But also, how do you, when doing this, focus on the sense of your nerves, the tension inside your nerves, the freneticness, or whatever the signals are inside your nerves? So another practice. So stand up. And for the beginning, just start with your normal breath. And go back to what you felt before and focus on the sense of your nerves. Try and feel the tension inside your nerves, whatever the signal is. And now as you breathe in and out, try and soften your nerves. So that softening the breath and softening the nerves becomes one thing. And now begin to do reverse breathing, softening the breath and softening the nerves. Now I want you to do movement 1, which you haven't done for a while, but you've certainly done it a lot of times. Really because it's a good movement in which to feel your belly moving. Feel your belly move with the inhale and exhale. And the trick is that your arm movement and the bending and straightening of your legs are going to go in coordination with each other. And then make the transition into movement 2. Now the next big link you want to make is connecting your nerves. Now we all have the phrase relax, 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 and usually it just means an emotional mood change. But here we are actually talking about the nerves of your body relaxing, and the nerves of your body relaxing your body. So it starts releasing. Your muscles relax, and you find everything else inside your body relaxing and not feeling as much strain. So feel and relax your nerves. everything inside your body can relax, the stronger every opening and closing you can do in your body will naturally become also stronger. So now we're looking at the way the breath is helping your opening and closing, as well as that you can make every joint in your body close and open. So now the breath is linking into numerous things inside your body, not just one. And this is the basic reverse breathing, which is easier for most people to start with. The next time you come to the bottom, just pause and relax. So how did that go?
Yeah, I think that went fairly well. A little more challenging with the movement to keep the nerves relaxed and linked with the breath, but to kind of go in and out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That's, I think at this stage, perfectly natural.
Right. I mean, I'd been doing reverse breathing with the with gods this week. But adding that other element of being aware of relaxing your nerves was kind of, yeah, it was an interesting piece of it.
Yeah.
I found in one, which, yeah, we haven't done in a long time. I thought this just amazing kind of energy rise, which I always can tell because my saliva starts flowing like crazy.
Uh-huh.
And it did, which is very interesting. I think then trying to relax into too. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Bill?
Um, to be honest, I've been practicing the reverse breathing separately from the Qigong for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I found that, especially with movement two, it seemed to come more easily. Uh,
Mm.
um, I got the hang of it with one, but it seemed to kick in uh, more noticeably with two.
Good.
So obviously a work in progress, but yeah.
Yeah. No. That's good. Okay. So I'm going to make you stand up again.
Oh, oh.
This is a day of practice.
The movement day.
So come into your comfortable basic structure position. feel your breath, just regular breathing for a moment, and just do a little bit of the belly roll. This is so you can become aware of what's inside your abdominal cavity. And as you're doing that, are you actually causing the pressure of your internal organs to cause pressure on your spine or not? And maybe you're not getting that far back, but just know that you eventually will as you practice. Now for a moment, as you do the belly roll, begin to focus on periphery to center and center to periphery. And then let go of your belly roll and move into reverse breathing. Still focusing on periphery to center and center to periphery. And remember not to have your breath go lower than your pubic hair. And now again begin movement 2. Remember, it's a cross squat, whatever's reasonable for you. Now when you want to start bending, going down, use the closing of your breath, the coming in toward your spine, to release all of the pressure in your abdomen that's stopping you from moving. And when you come in, up, and releasing and clearing everything out of it. Now, something most people are not cognizant of is that what makes it difficult for you to bend down is not just your spine, it's also the pressures in your internal organs. As you inhale, compressing all your internal organs. And exhale as you come up, releasing all the pressure you've generated in your internal organs. When you go down, inhale, bending belly and diaphragm together. And as you come up, exhale and let those organs reinflate. Now, as you go down, notice, do you feel like you're really pulling on any tiny little part of your abdomen more than another? And as you come up, try and release that place that was tight or wasn't able to move. Very often, these will actually be deep places inside your body where the blood circulating around your body gets stuck, and you may get pools of stagnant blood. So the first thing you want to do is just release those pools of stagnant blood. Remember, only go as low as having your hands come in where it's not causing an excessive pressure on your internal organs. Depending on how your internal organs are doing, how well they can take the pressure, you'll eventually find your butt dropping even with your knees as you go down. And then come up. Make sure your reverse breathing is releasing your internal organs. Now, another thing you want to pay attention to when doing reverse breathing is trying to make the area around your qua soft, so it allows you to bend down and come up and doesn't get stuck, doesn't stop. It doesn't have something that's blocking it. Usually when you feel nothing blocking anymore and you're having the even pressure in your abdominal cavity, that's the point when you start letting the reverse breathing begin from the crown of your head and your feet. So from your feet, you're pulling energy into the internal organs. And from your arms, you're pulling into it. And remember, your C curve is happening all the time as well. So that when you come up, your C curve is going from the middle to the top and the bottom. You're letting all the energy circulate out to your fingertips, the crown of your head, and your feet. Now, eventually, the inside of your body will start feeling very, very empty or very, very full. Empty when you're pulling energy into your spine, and full as you're filling up your internal organs. Now, the next time your hands go down, just stand. Let your arms relax to your sides. And now just do reverse breathing. First only with the abdomen. And just check yourself out. How clean and open are your internal organs to the pressure the breathing is generating? And know that if it's not great, we want to make it better the next time. And of course, you will have 6 movements to do this. So in each movement, you can progressively, by using reverse breathing, open up your internal organs more and more until you arrive at the sense of complete freedom and energy moving inside them. All right, so just pause and relax. You can sit down. So, so what did you feel in that?
I would say in particular two things struck me. One, I have not been used to paying attention to my small intestines, but it felt like they were getting a workout. So that was good. And the other thing was that the the quad squat really is easier to to do with reverse breathing. I was alternating. I was alternating just to check it out.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And darn if it wasn't true. Getting those organs out of the way really helps.
Good. Good, good.
I
Joanna?
think, yeah, like I said, I've been doing some of this practice this week anyway, but I think this time I did feel more of my other organs, as much more aware of them. Yeah.
Good. You know, I think that is one of the things that happens, and it is one of the really important elements in what we're doing. Um, is that we become really aware of the internal organs and what we're endeavoring to do with them.
Yeah, I mean, for a number of reasons, we're more aware of our stomach and we're
Yeah,
more aware of our ability to move our stomach and our stomach muscles, right? So I think that, but this
yeah,
began to really feel a lot more. Yeah.
good.
Hmm.
Right?
Yeah, I had a much stronger sense of the energy moving up and down the spine and out into the extremities with the reverse breathing. Um,
Yep.
and it feels easier to stay focused for longer periods of time without
Hmm.
gap. Um, I don't
Huh.
know.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Good. So, one of the other things about this is that the internal organs are pulling on every one of your spinal vertebrae. So when you have any kind of congestion inside the internal organs, you have something that is pulling on your spine. So very often simply releasing that compression inside the internal organs will actually make the pulling on the spine less. And very often back pain will be reduced or go away,
Mm.
which is a good thing. So, what I would like you to do is do a flow of gods. Just do 10 repetitions. You don't have to try to do 20. And do it. Try to do all of it with reverse breathing, and see how much of what we've worked on today you can incorporate.
Okay.
Okay. So how was applying that to all 6 movements?
Good for 5 of them. Yeah, 7 is just, I've never quite, felt like I've gotten 7. So adding this is like, whoa. But by the time I got to that point, the chi was flowing so much that it kept flowing, which I thought was interesting.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I think it was pretty good. I felt like I was able to stick with it throughout all the postures, and the 5, 6, and 7 seemed to really kind of step up the amount of energy
Mm-hmm.
quite a bit. Felt easier to connect with the spine and the central channel in 5 and 6 while doing the reverse breathing.
Oh, good. Yeah, that is that I think definitely can happen. Bill?
Um, well, inconsistent, certainly, as far as the reverse breathing. Most difficulty applying it in 3, 6, and 7.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, I still feel a lot of stiffness in 7. Um, and, not a lot of arm rotation apparent,
Mm.
for instance. Um, so, yeah, we need a class in person for 7.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. Yep. Yep. That would be very helpful.
One of these days
Yep.
when
Yep.
the
Spring's
weather's
here.
a little better.
Spring is here.
Yeah.
Spring is springing.
So good. Well, um, have a great week, and hopefully enjoy softening your breath and your nerves. And I'll look forward to seeing you next week.
yes, same here. Yep.
So, I'm not, obviously, reverse breathing should be included in the form, but I'm not particularly focusing on that at the moment. You can certainly play with it.
Mhm.
Uh, uh, we have been talking about um, practicing without the arms, and I thought it might be good if I could see some of that today. How are you
Okay.
doing with that?
Uh,
Uh,
I mean, I did it several times. I found a couple of times I had to start with the arms just to kind of get
Mhm.
um because I would forget at times. I was like, wait a minute, is there a follow and focus in this? I don't think so. But like I would have known if I was using my arms, but suddenly it was just
Uh-huh.
my legs. But I also noticed it's been a while since we've done this. that I think because of just do more whole body movement now in the flow than I did probably, when we first, tried to um just do our legs. So I think I mean, I still think I have a long way to go because I've not been practicing for a long time, but um yeah, is what it is, as we say, but it's getting better.
Oh, okay. um, do you find you're able to keep the C curve functioning in that?
Mm. Yes and no. That's a good question. Because I keep wanting to play peepot with my hands, so maybe that's maybe that's my unconscious answer.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, it's right. Right. It's doing body movement without the arms, not doing body movement with just the bottom half of your body, right? So it's kind of like, but that's a challenge. Yeah.
It is, and it and it's really important to not be focusing on the arms, and we're
It's
just
just hard not to, I
it's
find.
very hard not to, and this is one of the ways to get your attention away from the arms. If they're not there, you've got to do something else.
Yeah.
One way to look at it. Yep, you're right. You're right. Can't just stand there.
um, and and we because we find it so easy, more or less, to move the energy through the arms and perhaps all the way to the spine and back. Um, we don't we don't really work on moving it through the legs,
Yeah.
and it's e- extremely important that we have that. If it isn't moving through the legs uh, softly and smoothly, um, it you're missing more than half. You're missing a major part of the energy movement. So, um, one of the intentions of this, of course, is to begin to be able to focus on the legs and feel the energy movement in the legs and the torso.
And I do think odds has helped with that. For me, it
Oh,
certainly
yeah.
has a lot. Yeah.
I think, yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
even though we're standing still,
Yeah.
yeah, there's more ability to focus on it rather than is my foot in the right place.
Yeah. Anything for you, Adam?
No, I do find it difficult to remember to do the C spine in the form. I, I think that's the biggest challenge is just remembering that piece, putting some attention on it. Because I find, without doing, I can focus on the legs and I tend to focus on twisting
Uh-huh. Yes.
with the legs. That seems to
Yeah.
um, help keep the mind aware of the energy moving in the whole body.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm guilty of completely forgetting the C spine until at the end, and then forget about one posture within. Say like, okay, well there it was. I did it. I did it.
and
Um,
and also it's really subtle in the form, whereas
mhm.
in God's it's a lot more obvious. I mean, we can. It's a bigger movement and easier to be aware of, and some of it in the form is extremely subtle and quick.
Right,
Um,
right.
so it's yeah, it's not easy.
I'm still challenged by that middle section that you did do on the recording. So I've gone back to it many times. So I find it really hard to do it without my arms because I feel like I don't have the hole. So it's hard to kind of just then have just without the arms. So my practice without the arms has been at best up to that, but I only started doing the second paragraph, I think yesterday. Just,
Uh-huh.
trying to do monkey without without the arms. I had to keep stopping doing it with the arms, then stopping to do the arms. Somehow it's just, I become so whole with it that I was really challenged by that. So I only got that far, but I was
But
like,
but you know that that is what you have to do. I believe me, I remember years ago when I was first learning um, the other side of the yang style, doing it in the other
oh yeah,
direction.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
And and I would get partway through and say, wait a minute, what on earth comes next? And I have to go back
Right.
to the first direction
I just
and do
wanted,
it to find what I wanted to do on the other side. Um, this is just part of the process.
yeah,
Um, and so that's not a bad thing that you stop and did it with your arms and then did it without your arms because that's how you make
I
the
learned.
connection and feel
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
So that was a good thing. So maybe just do it up to that point. How's that?
Okay.
Okay. If you can get everything here.
Hmm. Well,
I'll do mine. I have a new computer, so I can move it, but it's the old one, so
that's
cat
good.
sitting there. Cat's in the way. Oh my God. See if I can do one more. Oh, oof. There we go. Yeah. Good for now. Right.
I got a little lost, David.
Yeah.
Easy to. You want us to? Yeah. I know I missed a few. I'm like, no, there is something else in there I missed.
Yeah, it did feel as if, I mean, clearly. Um, and
What are the road signs I need for knowing where I am sometimes, I guess?
mhm. One way to do that is to practice it for a while, saying the postures to yourself.
Mm, mm,
Yeah, I'm doing that a little bit. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, because if you know the sequence of the postures, then that'll help you not drop things out.
Yeah.
right.
Um, and yeah, it's clearly it's not easy. Um, like everything else we do, it takes some time and practice to get it to be um, to get to where you can begin to focus on the energy and the C curve. Um,
Mm,
Hmm.
because as long as you have to think about what comes next, um, that's not really possible.
right.
So, so um, a work in progress.
Yeah, certainly.
Work in progress.
um, one of the things I did notice that I might just mention is to be sure that you don't allow the body to retreat when you're doing follow and focus.
Mm.
Uh,
Say what you mean by that.
actually, maybe I will show you what I
Oh,
mean.
okay.
That
Show
may,
us what we shouldn't do or what we should do or what we are doing.
um, I just have to get a pen. Yeah. Oh, come on. Um, this shows up in that whole first sequence, but also just in follow and focus. Um, I'll leave the arms out of it since that's what we're working on at the moment. So when you get to Pung and then G, you you don't want to go back when you go to follow that
Uh-huh.
movement forward. Very often I see a movement back,
I am doing that. Yeah.
which often comes from having shifted the weight too far forward and then dropping back on that rear foot. But you want to make sure that when you have gone to G and you shift forward, that you're just sitting on that forward foot, that movement, it just draws that foot into position, and then you can do the close and open of on.
Mm,
And the there is that tendency um, when you're doing it in relation to other postures to go back in the
mm,
follow
mhm,
and
mhm.
focus and uh, martially that's would be a very negative thing to do.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So be the way I think to think about that. So you're constantly trying to go forward in those movements, not forward and back.
Right. Yeah.
Yep,
Right.
that's not what I wanted to do.
It's interesting though. There you go.
I could do with a new set of eyes. How's that?
Oh yeah, couldn't we all?
So, other questions in this or comments?
No, I don't think so, David.
No,
Okay.
I mean, I guess my comment is that yeah, while it's challenging, I appreciate that. So I guess
Well, that's Tai
I mean
Chi
I'm
for you.
always wanting to learn more, so this is a
Right.
good way to do it.
Okay, good. Okay, well, have fun practicing, and
Well,
it's good to see you. It's great
good
to
to see
see
you,
you,
Adam.
Adam.
Yeah.
Good seeing you guys. Always good to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad you're able to have a day at home, even though it's a work day at home.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Great,
Somewhat
good.
of a break anyway. Yep. Great.
Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good week.
Next week. Yeah. Thank you,
Thanks,
David.
guys. See you soon.
Right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.